Hello, hello. Welcome into a terrible football show. Episode 5, take 2 on episode 5. We're back after a 1-week unplanned break. It was
Brady's fault.
Yeah, it was. We did have a guest last week, our good friend Brady Dyer, a.k.a. Mr. Dallas Cowboy Dick Rider, as I like to call him. And him being on the show, I guess, cursed us because the show was lost into the abyss. You know what? Go ahead and cut the music. We got to address this. So, our show last week was so damn bad that my Rodecaster decided to just make it disappear forever. And it just vanished and it was gone. And, so breaking kayfabe here, as they say in the wrestling entertainment industry, that was our best episode yet. Yeah. That episode was electric and it was lost. So it was very devastating for us to lose that episode last week. I honestly don't know what happened. All right. Now, if you've listened to other Sparky 3 podcasts in the past, I can turn the music back up now, I guess. If you listen to other Sparky 3 in the past, and you know that I've had a couple of times where I have forgotten to hit record. I can assure you that was not the case here because I was time-stamping this thing as we were going. I have a bright red button in front of me that shows we're recording. And what's wild is because I point this out to you. When we went into the show, I had 4 hours of record time left, and that show was 1 hour and 10. And my card was showing 250 left to record, but the show wasn't on there for me to export. It was gone. It just disappeared, man. It sucks. It is what it is. Shit happens, and you wipe. We move on. So we are back with episode 5, take 2.
Get a squatty potty.
Yeah, get a squatty potty. Help push stuff out a little bit, Not sponsored, but maybe one day we will be because I love a good squatty potty. Tyler, have you got one yet?
No.
What are you doing? You can't shout out squatty potty and then not have one.
Hey, you know who has a squatty potty?
Who? Besides me?
Mason.
Hey, Mason, shout out to you, man. Hopefully your high school season is going phenomenal. Tyler did look up some stats. Looks like you guys are on a 2-win streak, right?
Yep.
Shout out to you, Mason. Appreciate it for listening to the show. Hopefully the rest of your season goes absolutely incredible. Jeremy, I know you're potentially listening as well. I want you to know that last week Tyler had a hell of a roast on you because Washington beat the Falcons. But, Falcons came out with a dub this week, so we don't have much to talk about there. But he roasted the fuck out of you last week. You can take that up with him.
It happens.
It does. So for this episode, we are going to be recapping Week 5 of the NFL, College Week 6. And, man, Tyler, for college, what are you doing, dude?
Hey.
What are you doing?
You know what it was? It was Luther.
Luther. Luther
Don't nobody get my Lee Corso mode with the Luther. Dang, what were they? The
Norse.
The Norse.
Yeah, because you didn't know what Norse mythology was.
Yeah. The only Norse.
Fun fact, everyone. I wanted to go ahead and throw him under the bus for that because we did mention that on the show last week.
The only Norse I know is Northern Kentucky Norse.
Jesus Christ. Tyler, what are you doing, man?
Yep.
But yeah, no, our records. We still predicted games last week. You can go check us out at Twitter at TerribleFB Show. We put up our picks over there just to validate. Hey, look, we did pick these games, because the show was unfortunately lost. So for NFL, I went 11-5. That does bring me up to a 50-30 overall record. I went 5-3 in college. That now brings me up to a 12-13 record. Tyler, you went 9-7 in NFL, bringing you up to 47-33. But man, for the second week in a row, you go 1-7 in college. 2 weeks in a row, man. You're taking it on the shins right now, dude. You are taking on that brings you to an 8-17 college overall record.
I'm trying to have that comeback.
You're setting up for it, dude. And since Brady was on the show, we did get some picks from him. He went 9-7 in the NFL, 4-4 in college. So we got some pretty good talking points this week. I feel like we actually have a pretty beefy show. And one talking point that we do have that I'm kind of glad we've got is we've got some more Jacksonville Jaguar drama to talk about. And I'm glad we have that because, unfortunately, all of the big drama happened last week. And because of the lost episode, well, we didn't get to address it for everyone. But we're going to start some off with some college chat here because we had a pretty big upset this past weekend. An upset that I don't think a lot of people were expecting.
Except Jimbo.
That's right. Texas A&M did beat Alabama in the final seconds with a field goal, 41-38, I think it was.
Yep.
Down goes Bama. Number 1, Alabama goes down. That does obviously shake up the top 10. Penn State also fell to Iowa. What happened there, bud? How you feeling about the game?
Well, it was loud.
Yeah, I imagine.
It got even louder when Sean Clifford went out. And then the backup, Roberson, he could not throw the ball to save his life. I think he had 34 passing yards going into the fourth quarter. That's tough.
Clifford is what year?
That's a good question. He might be a senior.
So basically, you're fucked next year.
If that's our quarterback, hell yeah.
Okay, good to know.
If that's our quarterback, just James Franklin, go ahead, go to USC.
Go ahead and just get out of here, bud. Appreciate the time that you've done for us so far, man. But yes, Penn State did fall to Iowa in a very close game there as well, 23-20. And we, with our new top 10 rankings, got some Big Ten dominance going on. I thought the Big Ten was garbage. Well, I mean, when it comes to the Power 5 conference, let's be real. It's the Big 12 or the Pac-12 that gets shit on the most. But people do talk quite a lot of shit about the Big Ten just because of so much SEC dominance and the Clemson dominance over the past few years. But
it's a slower pace up there.
It is. It is. The new top 10, Georgia is number one, which rightfully so. I feel like they should have been number one after the week before. Coming into this past week where Bama lost, I feel like Georgia should have been number one. Yeah. They were all, mine and yours, and even Brady's number one team in the nation. Iowa, of course, number two. But hey, shout out to the Bearcats, man. Yeah. Cincinnati Bearcats, number 3 in the nation. Who would have thought that we would have a top 10 with Iowa and Cincy at 2 and 3? I wouldn't have never guessed that.
What about that last team down there?
That is true. Michigan State, number 10.
That's a head scratcher right there.
Hey, no, I think Michigan State looks good. I'm really excited. I hope Michigan State hold on to their undefeated records going into these. I think it's a couple weeks from now, 2 or 3 weeks from now, we have that rivalry going on. But we have OU at number 4, which coming into this ranking, I would have said they were very overrated because I think Spencer's overrated. But now that it may be Caleb Williams' team, we'll see. We'll see if that number 4 is overrated or not.
Did you see Rattler?
Yeah.
Walk off the field?
Yep.
That's tough.
He's probably already into the transfer protocol. I expect that news here in the near future. Alabama did drop down to 5. Ohio State at 6. Penn State at 7. Michigan at 8. Oregon at 9. Michigan State at 10, like we mentioned. Yeah, just Big Ten dominance, man, at 2, 6, 7, and 8 and 10. Some really strong dominance there. I'm really pumped to see how the rest of the season shakes out now that the for sure number 1 has fallen. Looking forward to seeing what's going to potentially happen with that SEC championship game that we're assuming is going to be Bama and Georgia. And then, I'm really, really excited to see if Cincy actually gets a shot for the playoffs. Because, man, Desmond, he came back for this. This is what Desmond came back for, was to try to do this for Cincy in his final season. So, when it comes to OU, we'll see. We'll see if they are overrated or not. I mean, personally, I've personally felt like they've been overrated. Yeah. They had a hellacious comeback this past weekend. They did. But, I mean, with Spencer at the helm, man, I just really thought they were an overrated squad. But, hey, if this is about to be Caleb's team.
Well, that's also what Texas did with their quarterback, and they brought in, Williams kid. So, hey, maybe changing quarterback's a good thing.
Yeah, but hey, I'm like I said though, I'm pumped for Michigan State. I've been keeping an eye on these Spartans all season, and I think this is a pretty good squad. I like what I'm seeing out of them. I'm pumped for that game. I think Michigan State's going to take it here in a few weeks. I really do. I think Michigan's going to fall. Yeah. Talking about my college team here. So there was the official news for De'Aaron King, our quarterback. He's going to be out for the season. He's having surgery. College career potentially over. There is the possibility that he could put in a medical waiver to come back in 22, which would be his 7th college season.
Damn.
And all I gotta say is no horrible hate towards him, but if he's gonna do that, do us all a favor and transfer
to Houston.
Yeah, go back to Houston or go somewhere else.
That would mess everybody up if he goes back to Houston.
Just don't come back to Miami, please.
Arkansas.
I mean, KJ's playing pretty well. KJ's he's only a sophomore.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think KJ's only a sophomore.
Yep, because of the COVID.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, in De'Aaron's case, he got that free year because of COVID. He was already like a red shirt, whatever, at one point. But, yeah, this could be we could have a Case Keenum case here, yep. Except for, De'Aaron's not as dominant as Case was. But if De'Aaron does come back for another season next year, like I said, I just hope it's not at Miami. I just don't feel like he's been the answer. He had one good season his junior year at Houston.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, 36 TDs. I think it was 3,800 yards, good stuff. But, I mean, you haven't transferred that over to Miami. So in my opinion, let's move on. Our number one quarterback prospect that we recruited in the 2021 recruiting class, Jake Garcia, also had ankle surgery, but he's projected to come back sometime in November. So right now it's Tyler Van Dyke's team, and he was our top quarterback recruit in the 2020 class. Yeah. So you know they're both freshmen right now, Tyler and Jake, based on the COVID rules, red shirt, whatever. So looking forward to seeing what Tyler's going to continue to do over these next few weeks. See if we've got a guy for the next 2 to 3 to 4 years. He hasn't thrown an INT yet. Shout out to that. He's only thrown four TDs, but hey, that's good. Yeah. You're not turning the ball over. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to get out of the Tyler and maybe even Jake come November. But in terms of D'Eriq, hey, I mean, I appreciate what you did. You made us relevant for a minute, until we lost to Alabama, embarrassingly. Damn. But like I said, if he does decide to come back and put in a medical waiver and get approved, I just hope he transfers. That's my only thing about it. So with the stuff that's gone on with Spencer, the stuff with the tremendous drop off that has been Sam Howell this year, right? It has shaken up basically who would be like the number one draft prospect next year. It has shaken up the Heisman. We're coming into week 7, and the Heisman race is wide open right now. Me and you, we were kind of riding with CJ a little bit up in Ohio State. I feel like he's not even running with it right now by any means. He's not even close. Yeah. Bryce, not really either. I mean, Bryce had a couple stumbles. Bryce is still in the conversation out of Alabama, but, kind of stumbling a little bit. Who is the Heisman frontrunner? Do we have one? Do we have one in your mind? What's your thoughts?
Like I told Mason on Saturday, Matt Corral. That's
Matt. Yeah, I mean, Matt Corral is kind of at the front right now.
Or heck, even Bijan Robinson.
I like Malik.
I like Bijan Robinson from Texas, running back.
Yeah, true. Playing pretty well. I like Malik right now, and
your boy Desmond.
And my boy Desmond. That was going to be the next one. I said I would love to see Desmond at least get to go to the show. At least let him be like a top 3 finalist. I'd love that, man. I love Desmond.
Just bump Bryce Young out because he's a millionaire. Just send Desmond up there.
Yeah. No, right now, in terms of the Heisman frontrunner, in terms of like even the number 1 overall pick, the top quarterback for the next NFL draft, I think it's got to be Malik right now, man. I mean, I understand you're playing for Liberty. I understand you're playing, not the top tier competition, but he's looking like everything that you want in today's game for a quarterback. I mean, hell, look at a good comparison player. Look at what Lamar Jackson did on Monday night against the Colts. I mean, he went to what, 27? No, it was like 30-something for 43, I think. I don't remember what it was. And then like 440-something passing yards. I mean, 4 TDs. I mean, Lamar popped off.
Hey, that's pretty good for a running back.
That's true. It's pretty good for a running back. You're right. So I mean, like I feel like right now in today's game, Lamar is a good comparison for what Malik could be at the pro level. And as of right now, I feel like he is the leading candidate for that number 1 pick, or not number 1 pick, but number 1 quarterback. Yeah. But just due to simple necessity, he may be the number 1 pick, but he may not be the number 1 player. You know what I mean? Yeah. We've seen some drafts like that over these past couple years, a few years ago, where it's like your number 1 player is by no means the number 1 pick. Yeah. It's just based on necessity. You got to get that quarterback position. But, and when it comes to that conversation as well as who is the Heisman frontrunner, it's wild because we're really in a place right now in college football where it's like we don't have a face of college football like we did with Trevor, like we did with Justin Fields there for a few years. You know what I mean? Like we don't have that face. And, the couple people where it's like, oh, they could be the face. They're going to be on their way out. Like, let's say Desmond. I mean, he's a senior. He's going to be on his way out. Who is the face of college football right now? Do we have a face? Because, Spencer was kind of being built as the face, and now we've seen what happened there. Mm-hmm. In your mind, who is the face of college football? Is it just Matt? Is it Desmond? Is it Malik? I mean, is it Bryce? What's your thoughts?
See, I'm thinking Matt, but I don't think a lot of the country pays attention to Matt. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I think Bijan Robinson could really become the face, but running backs really don't really come the face of the.
It's rare.
Yeah, you got to be like an Adrian Peterson type,
Yeah, let's think about running backs who's been like the face of college football over the past 20 years. I would, off the top of my head, I can only think of
Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie is one.
Well, people knew Leonard a lot more than Reggie too. So.
Yeah, but I would still say Reggie was an argument for the face. I would even argue Darren McFadden. I would argue that. Derrick Henry for sure. Yeah. I would argue that. I mean, it's rare to have a running back be the face.
Mr. Hall of Fame himself.
True.
Trent.
Yeah, true. Trent Richardson. Yeah. Hey, Trent was great at college. sucked in the pros.
Hey, he was pretty decent in AAF, wasn't he? Or
Yeah, he was
wherever
doing.
he was.
Yeah, he played for. Yeah, it was the AAF. He was playing for the Birmingham Iron.
that was my team too.
Yeah,
was
mine was Orlando Apollos.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the squads.
See, I like St. Louis too, but
I don't remember their name.
the Blackhawks, I think, or
Well, Battlehawks
Blue.
was the XFL, so I don't know.
Blue Hawks or something like that.
I don't know.
It was-
Yeah, that league is so far dead.
It was something.
That league crashed and burned. At least with the XFL.
Hey,
we're
they
gonna be getting
tweeted
back.
They tweeted me out. Birmingham did, so I had to ride.
okay,
I had to ride with
okay.
them, you know.
I respect that. I respect that. I would too. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to see, like all these young guys, like who continues to step out and potentially be the face of college football. Because right now, like I said, we don't have one. Is it going to be some of these young guys? Is it going to be? I can't believe Quinn Ewings. Is it going to be him in next year? Because probably next year he'll get the reins. Let's be real. Yeah. I don't feel like CJ's popped off at all this year. I mean, Quinn being I don't know if he's a true freshman or just a redshirt freshman.
That's a mullet man, right?
Yeah, it's mullet man. Yeah, up at Ohio State.
That's that's a trip right there.
Yep. Yeah, who signed some big ass deals as well.
That's why he did. He was like a.
Yeah, he.
This was his senior year, and
and
this would have been his senior year.
Yeah, this would have been his senior year of high school, and he said nah
Damn.
because he's trying to make that money. Hey, respect the grind.
Hey, if you can do it, might as well.
Yeah, you got to make the money. You got to. I mean, he could be the face of college football here in a couple of years, but right now, I don't know. We're just in a really weird, awkward place of not having that guy since Trevor's gone.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about some NFL. Let's talk. I guess we need to go ahead and address the biggest news for this past week, and that does involve good old Jon Gruden. This escalated very quickly.
It really.
This is like the same level, and it's funny because they're both the Raiders. This escalated to the same level as the AB situation with Oakland, because it was the same thing in Oakland, where it's like Friday, Jon Gruden said, "Oh, AB is going to play on Sunday," and then Saturday, AB asked for his release, and the same day he got cut. Like that escalated so quickly. And the same thing with Jon Gruden, man.
This came out of nowhere too.
It did. It literally came out of nowhere. So that kind of tells me that the NFL really just wanted him gone for one reason or another. I'm curious who brought that to the NFL's attention.
Probably Matt Nagy.
He's trying to take some heat off him or Urban. Urban did it. He's trying to take some eyes off Jacksonville right now.
Man.
But yeah, I mean, of course, if you're following the league right now, you know the situation with Jon. Jon got busted for some like 10-year-old emails of some really fucked up terms that he was using in various ways. And it's even more like just kind of disturbing when you think about some of the terms that he used, where it's him being homophobic, and he's got Carl on his team, who's the first like openly gay player to be on a roster. We
are Penn State.
That's right. We are. And, and I say on a roster, I don't, not taking any credit away from Michael Sam, but he ultimately did not make a roster. But that's another thing. And with these emails, whatever, Jon talked about, that he thought it was, like stupid that the league was kind of almost petitioning for Michael to get drafted, and the emergence of female refs and just like, racist terms. I mean, it was just all over the place for the shit that Jon's pulled. And, it's 10 years old. Yes. But hey, that shit's still just like,
they did say it happened up until like 2018.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, the way that Randy Moss kind of put it, where it's just like, I thought we were moving forward and this is bringing us back. He said something, I may have butchered his quote a little bit, but that's more or less what he was saying.
But you also didn't have his country accent.
That's
so,
true. That's true. It's just, and he's right, man. We've made so many steps going forward over the past few years, and this whole thing just kind of really brings it back. And ultimately, Jon stepped down. He's no longer the head coach of the Raiders, and even openly said that he doesn't know if he's going to put the headset back on again. I would safely assume he's not. After not only this situation alone, but like I kind of feel like this coaching gig for him, like assuming he was going to get fired at some point, let's just make that assumption, he probably wasn't going to go back into coaching. Kind of similar to Urban. Yeah. If Urban when Urban gets fired, he's not going to go back into coaching. I don't think at this point. We've
definitely not NFL.
No, definitely not NFL. And we've kind of been pitching is like, is he going to go? Is he going to go to USC? I don't know. The more
not anymore.
I feel like Urban's done with coaching, period, after Jacksonville.
Hey, Arkansas State might be looking for a coach here, son.
I mean, yeah, Butch Davis is okay, man.
That's tough.
Man, when I was looking at stats, for our terrible college game of the week, Arkansas State was just like they were towards the bottom in points allowed. Like
it's fucking tough.
I think they were like literally bottom of the country.
I think they've averaged giving up 50.
It's 52. 52. I think 52 average is what they're giving up. It's ridiculous.
And I think they gave up, 20, 23 or 30 to UCA.
Yeah,
That's just
it's ridiculous. Tough time to be a Red Wolf.
you know what it is? It's having a damn Florida State quarterback as their quarterback.
Is that it?
That's what it is.
Yep. Damn Florida State, man.
You ain't good enough to play at Florida State. You ain't good enough to play at fucking Arkansas State.
That's true.
Can't really roast them too bad because they're on a two-game win.
Unfortunately, it's always a bad week when they're on a winning streak. But
hey, you know why we didn't hit that episode? Because they fucking won.
Yep, that's right. Florida State, and Brady, they both fucked us.
So you know what? We probably won't have this damn episode because they won last week too.
Yeah, I know. And we even got a backup file this time. We even got a backup for this episode, just in case they're both going to disappear. They're both going to vanish.
Damn.
But anyway, with the Jon Gruden thing, man, it's just we don't need that in the game, flat out and simple. I'm glad that he took the decision. Well, I mean, obviously it was pretty forced upon him. The NFL was really nudging it, but I'm glad he actually kind of stepped up and said, "All right, I'm gonna go ahead and resign." Because the NFL was very harshly nudging Mark Davis and the Raiders. Hey, you need to fire this guy.
It's wild. He wasn't even the coach at the time.
Yeah, I know. He was working for ESPN.
He was doing the quarterback, which he should have just kept on with that.
Yep.
I like the quarterback camp or whatever.
Quarterback camp was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Shitty situation. Good riddance. He's a scumbag, flat out. You can point out a scumbag pretty quickly, and that's a scumbag.
Yeah.
Now the team that did beat him was my Bears. Big deal. We won. I mean, I don't have a lot to say, man. As long as Matt Nagy's the head coach, I really don't give a shit. Because, look, it's cool that we won. It's cool that Justin got his first TD. Also, we got to start playing Horsted more. We've got to start playing him more. We've got to, especially since Cole Kmet has really not showed out.
I really wish he would.
I do too. But dude, Horsted, though, let's get it. Let's start this guy from Princeton. Let's get it.
I want Cole to be good so damn bad.
I know you do. You do.
Just like Dawson. Just like Dawson.
But
he's been showing up, so maybe Dawson killing right now.
Yeah, he is, man. He is. Dawson's killing it for you
guys.
About
damn time, man.
Yeah, about damn time you guys got a tight end.
About damn time somebody picked him up.
Yeah, you.
Exactly. I tried to tell y'all for the last 5 weeks. Now he's popping off.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And he was on my fucking bench.
Yeah, and right now Buffalo, man, they are the best team in the NFL. Is that I know you're a Buffalo fan, so you're kind of biased on that. But take away your Buffalo fandom, would you say Buffalo is the #1 team in the league? Because I would say it's you guys or Arizona. Both teams are popping off. I would probably say Buffalo at 1, Arizona a very close second. Very close.
What about Los Angeles?
Chargers, man, they're right there. They're right there, pretty damn close as well. They're top 5.
Talk about some damn quarterbacks right there, though.
I know.
Hey, that's where it's at.
Shout out to Tyler. He got the segue.
Hey, appreciate you right there. Hail Murray.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, baby. That's right. And that's always a fun conversation of who is the best quarterback in the game. Obviously with with a guy like Tom Brady in the league,
you gotta say Tom.
Everyone's gonna automatically default to Tom, but take Tom out of the question and think about the guys that's gonna be here for 10+ years. All right, look,
Tom.
I know Tom. I was about to say that too. Okay, I know.
Okay, maybe 15-20.
Okay, yeah, let's go 15-20. Who is the best quarterback in the game, man? Would you say it's your boy Josh? Would you step back and maybe say it could be Justin? Is it gonna be Kyler? Dude. The NFL's in good hands for the next 10 years with some of the quarterbacks we've got coming out.
Yeah, I think Josh and Justin play pretty similar.
They do.
So, you can basically pick either one of them to be the face. How about long neck Davis Mills?
Oh my! You stop.
Hey, I told you he's gonna be a superstar.
He's not gonna be a superstar.
Ask Bill Belichick.
He's not gonna be.
Let Mac Jones fuck up some this year. He's gonna call Houston. Hey, can we come get Davis Mills?
If Davis Mills ends up being a superstar, I'll give you $50.
How about some come and go pizza?
All right, I'll get you. That's cheaper. I'll give you come and go pizza
with about 4 tubs of G Fuel. How about that?
Whoa! That's a lot more than $50 there, bud. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in a little bit.
Okay, let me get the free one in the BOGOs. How about that?
I'll let you get 1 tub of G Fuel of your choice. How's that? And some come and go pizza on BOGO Friday.
So basically free.
Yes.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, if Davis ends up being a superstar, I got you. But that ain't going to happen.
No.
But in terms of the superstars, though, we do got a lot of studs, man, between Justin, Kyler, Josh, of course, Patrick. Kind of curious who's going to continue to rise that stardom, man. Joey Burrow, man. He's looking pretty solid, but man, he needs some help. He needs some protection, and he's not take some of them hits when he's trying to scramble.
He needs to hit that X button and slide a little bit.
I know. And then down in Miami, man, they're kind of feeling it. Where they seeing what Justin did his rookie year, they're seeing what Justin's doing this year, and they're just looking at broken Tua over there. They're like, damn, what the hell did we do? They're so desperate that they may actually trade for Deshaun Watson.
That's hella desperate right there.
That is desperate with a capital D.
Yeah.
That's bad. Because obviously with the Deshaun Watson situation, that's a very touchy situation there. And it is an innocent till proven guilty sort of thing. We got to take it through court. We got to see everything. He has admitted to a couple things here and there. When it comes to Deshaun Watson, same thing when it comes to Jon Gruden. When you can spot a scumbag here, yeah. That's the bottom line. You can spot a scumbag. So if Miami's desperate enough to potentially trade for Deshaun, that's tough. And that says a lot about how they feel on Tua.
Especially when there's a guy out there named Tim Tebow that's looking for a job.
I know, man. Get Tim Tebow in there, be the superstar for the Miami Dolphins at tight end. With his blocking abilities, grade A blocking abilities. Let me tell you. Man. Oh, Jesus, dude. Talking about another team in Florida, Jacksonville, of course. So, unfortunately with our lost episode, you didn't get to hear me and Tyler talk about the finger guns up the butthole with the college graduate up in Ohio State, that got caught on camera. Shout out to the alternate angle that had the finger guns up the butt. Shout out to whoever got that video. But, man, Jacksonville's in a tough spot, man, because after all that drama happened, give you a recap. Urban canceled team meetings on Monday. Urban didn't fly home with the team, on the team plane after that loss, which from what I've seen across the NFL, everyone that's been in the NFL and in some capacity says that is the most wild thing they've ever heard. But since then, they just had their 20th straight loss.
They shouldn't have used Twitter.
I know.
They should have never tweeted that photo.
I know.
Or was it a video?
I don't remember. I think it was a photo.
It was your boy Gardner.
I know.
I just can't remember if it was a video or a photo.
Yeah, after the Colts win, whatever. Yeah, I remember. But yeah, this is the 20th straight loss for him. It's technically the third, but most sources are going to recognize it as the second longest, because the first longest losing streak in history is the Chicago Cardinals in the season's 42-45, which is 29 games, and then the second is the one that everyone commonly knows, which is the Tampa Bay Bucks, which is 76 and 77 season of 26 games. Like I said, Jacksonville, they're in rare company right now of 20 straight games. No other team's gotten in the 20s except for these three. A little fun fact for you, Chicago Cardinals is actually the Arizona Cardinals. That's a little fun fact for you.
That makes sense.
Yep. I know that because of a high school research paper. Because one of my favorite fun facts to give people is I give them a list of some old teams, right? Yep. That people would assume is the old. And I'd be like, who is the oldest team here? And it's just, I'll have the Bears and I'll have the Packers or, whatever. And I'll throw the Arizona Cardinals in there and they'll never pick the Cardinals.
Yep.
But the actual fact is Arizona and Chicago are the two oldest teams in the NFL. That is a fact. The Arizona Cardinals is older than the Green Bay Packers and stuff. Look that up. It's a little interesting fun fact. Shout out to our former boss, Tim. Tim is the only guy to ever get that question correctly. Shout out to you, Tim. You're a great guy. I know you're not going to be listening because we haven't talked in a while, but shout out to you.
Yeah.
But, man, Jacksonville, they are in a rough spot with this losing streak. And with this, it's like we already know all the drama with Urban, but now there seems to be where Urban and Trevor are not on the same page at all. Where it's in press conferences, Urban says that they're desperate for a win. They're desperately hunting for that win. And Trevor's just no, we'll turn it around. I don't think it's good to get desperate. And then Urban says Trevor's not comfortable with the QB sneak when they were at 4th and 1, so they gave it to Carlos Hyde. And then Trevor's just I'm fine with a quarterback sneak. I've done it before. We trust our guys up front, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The next game they have is going to be in London against a struggling Miami team. And then after that, they're on a bye. If Jacksonville loses to Miami, is Urban gone?
I sure fucking hope so.
I hope so, too. I'm not an Urban fan. I haven't been for ever, really. I think Urban's very overrated.
I liked him at Florida.
Not
really Ohio, but
Right. I don't give a shit about him, period. I think he's very overrated as a coach. And I feel like we're seeing it. He tries to step up to the big leagues and we see what's coming out of it. I hope he's gone. If he, I'm pulling for Miami this weekend. I hope Miami gets the dub. And Jacksonville's one of the squads that I like, but that's also why I want them gone. Let's get Jacksonville on track, dude. It's tough to be a Jags supporter right now. But man, when you have your number 1 overall pick, a guy who's been heralded as the number 1 overall pick for like the last 10 years of his life, you have him on your team and you two are not on the same page. Ooh,
they should have did some researching before they hired Urban.
They should have. And I can't help but to think back to like the introduction interview, whatever. I think it with Shad Khan was there, and Sean, they asked him to say what makes this one different. What makes this one different from your past few, and Shad's just like, I just got it right. I just feel like I got it right. And then they asked again. It's like, well, what makes it feel right? And Shad's just like, I just feel like I got it right. And I'm watching this. I am watching this. And also, mind you, I'm watching this in some little shitty little cafeteria, it almost looked like. What are we doing, man? It's like Cincinnati doing their interviews what look like under a bridge. Anyway, I mean, I'm watching this. I'm like, Shad, man, what are you doing? What are you doing, dude? I mean, that's just a prime example of the guy. He had complete hands-on process through that interview deal, and we see what's coming out of it. You need to be a little bit more hands-off, like what Detroit tried to do, where Detroit went to, hired people that are knowledgeable of the game to help them in a coaching search, not do it yourself when you don't know a damn thing about the game. You just want to make money. That's all you want to do.
You know what they should have done instead of Urban?
What?
Should have went and got Dayball.
That's true. Should have got Dayball. Yeah. I mean, dude, there's so many mistakes that happened with Jacksonville, starting with the hiring of Urban, and then it all went downhill from there. Trevor, good job there. Good pick. Then you draft Travis in the first round when you already have James Robinson. What the fuck are you doing? Travis is out for the year. And look, I love my boy. I love him. I love me some Gardner Minshew. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league. But you're splitting reps, first-team reps between Gardner and Trevor for a quarterback battle? Look, I love Gardner, but Gardner is not Trevor. Okay? No. I think Gardner can still be a legitimate quality starter in this league. I will die on this hill.
Where's he at?
He's currently in Philly as the backup. Yeah, he got traded to Philly. Yeah, he got traded to Philly.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now.
Yep. He's in Philly as the backup. I love me some Gardner Minshew. Love him. All right, but I mean, why are you splitting quarterback reps between Gardner and Trevor? I mean, if it was like a guy who's been like the Pro Bowl and stuff that you're splitting with reps with Trevor, that's a little bit more like an aging guy. Okay, that's kind of a little bit more understandable. But I mean, while I love Gardner, you don't why split reps between these guys? It makes no sense.
Well, I mean, Buffalo split reps with Nate Peterman and Josh.
Well, let's be honest about Josh, though. Josh wasn't a surefire thing.
Josh was a project.
Yeah, Josh was a project. Trevor is not, in my opinion, a project.
No, yeah.
So that's why it's just weird to me. I don't know. Tough time to be a Jacksonville Jaguar fan or supporter or whatever. Hopefully they get it straightened out. Hopefully Urban just gets kicked to the curb. Let's go Fins up. Let's beat the Jags. Giants, they've had a hell of an injury bug here recently, man. Daniel Jones got hurt. Saquon Barkley, Kenny Golladay.
My pick was looking good there for a minute.
Yeah.
And then it
all went downhill.
Injury bug just came creeping
Saquon was in there. He had 2 rushing attempts. 2.
Yeah. I looked at the video, and he was just running.
Yeah. 2. That's all he had, man. And he was out.
That's fucking tough.
He's the Carson Wentz of running backs.
Gotta be. That's
tough. That's tough, dude.
Man.
Oh, dude. I don't know. The Giants are in a rough spot. I still don't think Daniel Jones is the guy. I must stand by that. I just don't.
Who do you think's the guy in there?
No one.
You think they're going to go get Matt?
I think they're going to get someone. I feel like they need to get someone. I'm not going to say they're going to go get someone, but I feel like they need to. They definitely need to get a new quarterback.
What if they got Desmond in about the 4th round, 3rd round?
I mean,
I don't know what Desmond's draft stock is because, I mean, Dak Prescott was like a
4th rounder.
4th rounder, yeah. And he was killing it over there in Mississippi State.
Well, I mean, as guys like Sam and Spencer continue to fall. Matt's on the rise. Malik's pretty at the top as it is. Desmond could ride up to be that number 3 guy.
Do they take Matt because of the Ole Miss?
Ooh, that connection though. Hey,
always trying to find them connections, man.
Hey, shout out to Eli saying that Peyton bitched out on him, and Peyton's not going to do the Ole Miss Tennessee game with Eli. They were going to call it together, and Peyton bitched out apparently.
Naturally.
Oh man, I thought that was funny. Some other news that we've got is this is unfortunate. Juju Smith-Schuster is out for the season.
You know what that means? No fucking TikToks.
No more TikToks, yeah.
Or more.
Yeah, or more, depending on how you look at it. This is going to be Chase's team now. So if you got him in fantasy, could be
instead of Deontay.
I'd probably say Chase, man. Chase kind of popped off this past weekend. Chase to me looked like the guy this past weekend, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if you got him in fantasy, could be a good pickup there. Same thing with Deontay. But
or
this
Pat Freiermuth?
Yeah, true. Is this Juju's last game in Pittsburgh that we saw? Is this his final? I mean, he's on that 1-year deal. Yeah, he didn't have much of a free agent market.
I hope so.
Or where do you hope he goes?
Maybe the Giants.
Maybe the Giants.
Or the Jags.
Oh gosh. Oh no. More
Or
distractions.
or how about Chicago? Since they're probably still gonna have Nagy because he's gonna win enough to keep his job. He is the Gus Malzahn of the NFL.
Man,
does enough to just get by.
Look, we fired Lovie Smith after a winning season. I'm gonna have hopes that we'll fire Matt Nagy. Okay, I'm gonna have hopes. And don't get me wrong, when it comes to Lovie, I still don't think he should have been fired. But I do understand the reasoning for him getting fired because he had back-to-back 10-6 seasons. Both seasons, he literally lost out of getting into the playoffs in the final week. I think one or even both was against the Packers.
Yeah.
So I get it. I understand the logic behind that. That there was no improvement. But then we got the Mark Trestman era.
Damn.
You see where we went. I still don't think Lovie should have been fired, but it is what it is. But
y'all got Mitch out of it.
Stop. That was for 4 years of pain, my friend. Those 4 years of pain started the moment that Mitchell Trubisky was called on stage.
Should have been Deshaun.
The pain. Well, I don't know. Look at it now.
Well, it's kind of
hindsight's 2020.
It's kind of different to do it in Chicago as Houston.
I don't know, man. A scumbag's a scumbag, so I don't know. Some other news we got is Clyde Edwards-Helaire is out for a few weeks with an MCL sprain, and then Russell Wilson is expected to miss 4 to 8 weeks with a finger injury. He did have surgery, I believe, and this is breaking his starting streak. He has started every regular season and postseason game since he took over the reins in 2012.
You know what I would do? I would do what was it Baltimore, or just bring him out there for one play just to get a snap. That's what I'll do. Fuck it.
Just hand the ball off.
Fuck it, Ain't that what Baltimore did? What was it? A week ago for 100 yards for 40 plus.
Oh yeah, because I know Vic was pissed off about it. Yeah, Vic
that's
Fangio.
what it was. Yeah,
Fangio was pissed off, man.
Yeah, if he was on fucking Baltimore, they would do it.
Yeah, they would. Just hand the ball off to Chris real quick, or whoever's at running back right now, Alex. Hand it off to them and just move on. Get on the bench. Geno, you're in, bud. Let's go, Geno Smith. Yeah. Hey, Geno almost brought it back. He almost brought it back.
He was out there cooking like he was at West Virginia.
Yeah, he almost brought it back, man. You were seeing some flashes of his Mountaineer days.
Yep.
So I don't think you were going to see that the whole time that Geno's starting, though. I mean, Geno's probably going to collapse, after this first game, which is ironic because, the first game that Geno's going to be starting is Sunday Night Football. Come on, man. Come on, man. Sunday Night Football against Pittsburgh. I don't see it happening.
I don't know. Pittsburgh's been doing pretty terrible right now.
Offensively, yeah. Their defense, I don't think, is in a bad spot. I mean, they've had some injury problems. I know TJ had a little bit of injuries, but I don't think their defense is in a bad spot. It's just the offense, dude. Big Ben is wild. Ben is like 600 years old.
All you gotta do is turn around and just hand it to Najee.
I mean, yeah, but still, Big Ben needs to get some passes, they think, but pay respect to 7. But I mean, like I said, he's like 600 years old. Let's get him out of there.
Well, that's what he gets for fucking not teaching Mason anything.
Oh, well, let's be honest. Mason has stunk since Oklahoma State. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way now.
But you ain't giving him a chance.
I mean, who wants to give him one? He stinks.
It's tough because I wanted him in Buffalo.
Every Pittsburgh fan knows that Mason stinks, and then you got Dewey Haskins back there.
Damn.
Who knows how he's gonna do? But I don't know.
Well, you got a name like Haskins, you're gonna suck.
I mean, fair. All right, let's jump over and talk about some college games. Do a quick Week 6 recap here. Of course, Miami was on a bye, so I didn't have to feel any pain, thankfully.
That's good.
You had to feel some pain, though, with Iowa beating Penn State 23-20, like we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Hawaii was also on a bye. Didn't have to feel pain there. Notre Dame, they beat Virginia Tech 32-29. Man, how many more weeks is going to be until Notre Dame gets another loss? I feel it coming. I feel it coming. You pull up their schedule. You pick out a game that you think they're going to fall at because I feel it coming, man. 1 week Notre Dame's on their stride. Next, you get a close-ass battle with a team that's not that great, in my opinion. Coastal Carolina beat the dog shit out of Arkansas State 52-20. UCF beat ECU 2016. UCLA beat Arizona State 34-16. Some notable games that we had, of course, Texas A&M, Bama 41-38 there. OU with the unbelievable comeback against Texas 55-48. Ole Miss beat Arkansas 52-51. Sam Pittman with some balls, just going for the win. Got to respect it.
That's what it was. That's what I was thinking about on the draft. Okay.
What about what to add?
The 2-point conversion.
Yep.
Would you have done that?
That's tough.
The situation calls. I probably would have done it, but I definitely would not have done that play. I would have did a QB draw, and I would have ran straight up the middle.
Man, I probably would have done it, yeah.
Because Ole Miss is
send a message.
Ole Miss is constantly just going down the field and scoring. Like,
yeah, and I mean, Arkansas was doing the same thing though.
But Arkansas wasn't stopping them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And
I would have gone for it. Yeah, I mean, one because I'm with you on how the defenses were playing, but two, send a message.
Yeah.
You know, I know a couple people that were very unhappy with that decision. My neighbor included. Shout out to you, Lewis. I think Lewis is listening to the show. He told me he was going to listen. I don't know. He may listen.
Fuck you.
Damn, that's rude.
Probably not. I don't know you. So
he's a cool guy. He's a Niners fan though. He's got a little bit of a rough life sometimes.
That's definitely tough.
Yeah, it's tough. But yeah, he wasn't happy with the call. But I've seen other people that were really happy with it because it's like it shows Sam Pittman's guts. He put his balls on the table and he's like, I want you to see the rack that I'm packing downstairs, baby. But yeah, I probably would have gone for it. And then Boise State with the upset over number 10 ranked, overrated BYU 26-17. Yeah, they got all the way up to 10th ranked, but I think they only got there because everyone else has been losing the past few weeks.
Naturally.
Yeah, I mean, they're completely overranked. But what do you got for Notre Dame? What you got?
Okay, so I thought they had a tough schedule, but they have already went through their tough schedule. Because now they have USC, North Carolina, which at the beginning of the year would have been a good matchup.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
Navy, that's a cakewalk. Virginia, Georgia Tech. I could see Georgia Tech beating them, and then Stanford.
Okay.
There's really not any.
Out of all the games that you named, I see the potentials being UNC, Virginia, and Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
I see all three of those being potential trap games.
Yeah.
For Notre Dame, because I mean Notre Dame to me has the way I feel about my team, Miami, when the season started, is how I feel about Notre Dame. They have not shown me that they are a good football team. That's how I felt about Miami. They never showed me that they're a good team. So, I mean, Notre Dame's going to get another loss before the season's over. Easy. Looking ahead to Week 7, Miami is going to visit North Carolina, and Penn State is on a bye, so you can have another week to recoup after your devastating loss.
It gives more time for Clifford to get healthy.
That's true, which is a good thing for you guys. UCF is going to visit number 3 ranked Cincy. Hawaii is going to visit Nevada. Notre Dame is on a bye. UCLA is going to visit Washington. Arkansas State's on a bye, so you get a chance to lick your wounds there.
The only team I got playing is UCLA.
I know. And then a couple notable games is 12th ranked Oklahoma State going against 25th ranked Texas, and number 1 ranked Georgia going up against the number 11th ranked Kentucky, who is still undefeated. I believe 6-0. I don't think they've had a bye yet. So I think 6-0.
That's tough. Yeah,
it is. So let's kind of go through our predictions here. We both have 8 games we've personally picked out, and then we have our 9th, which is the terrible game. Which also, if you're listening, we introduced this segment. We formally introduced it last week, but unfortunately, again, lost episode where we have our terrible football show. Terrible college game of the week.
And fuck College Game Day for doing that.
I know. They took our game. Our game last week was UMass UConn, and then, of course, College Game Day calls that game, and me and Tyler's like, the fuck, bro. You know, the week before, we kind of just on the fly started that segment with Vandy and UConn, and then we decided to make an actual thing week after week where we're going to find a terrible game to pick out. And we're going to keep it in Division I so everyone knows who we're talking about. Maybe we'll go to FCS, but we're going to keep it pretty much the FBS teams.
Except last week when...
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
fucking Luther.
I mean, well, that was yours. That was your random ass D3 game of teams no one's ever heard of.
When a team gives up 84 twice, you would think they would lose, not be up 41-7 in the second quarter. Like, come on now. Okay. Damn it, Simpson.
All right, let's run through our college predictions. First up for me, I'm calling on Miami and UNC. This is this real. I mean, Tyler Van Dyke. You know, he played last week, and we're going to continue to see how he's going to develop. But I'm going to ride with North Carolina on this one. just because I do believe the veteran in college, Sam, is going to get the best of the freshman Tyler. But I think we're going to see a lot of promise out of Tyler and this Miami team on the offense. Me and you both are calling Georgia and Kentucky. Who do you have there? I'm going with Georgia. I'm going to keep riding with them.
Yeah, Georgia.
BYU and Baylor we're both calling. I'm riding with Baylor.
Baylor, yep.
Okay. Let me get this written down here.
Might get some wins this week.
Yeah, I know. Hawaii and Nevada, I'm picking here. I'm going to go with Nevada because, a player that no one is really talking about is Nevada's quarterback. Nevada's quarterback is actually playing pretty well this year.
Yeah.
And I've heard some rumors that he could be looked at pretty decent draft stock.
Like, these are the next Colin Kaepernick?
I wouldn't go that far. No, he plays a completely different style. But Colin did actually come to a Nevada game to meet him. But
damn.
Yeah. But I'm riding Nevada on that one, and also because Hawaii stinks.
What's his name?
I'm drawing a blank on it. I was hoping you weren't going to ask. I had his name down before we went into the show.
Damn.
And I totally look it up for me.
Look it up.
Yeah,
Nevada. Okay, here we go.
Nevada quarterback. Yell and UConn. We're going to keep riding.
Why you keep correcting me on Nevada?
Nevada,
Nevada.
It doesn't matter. Potato. Okay.
That's Idaho, man.
Shut up. All right, Yale and UConn. I want to keep riding with the Huskies, man. This is such an unfortunate situation up there in Connecticut. So, for anyone that does not know, while Tyler's looking this up,
Carson Strong.
Thank you, Carson.
What a
Strong.
fucking name!
I know, that's a beast of a name, dude. This guy's gonna be a stud.
Hang on, let me make sure that's the quarterback. Yeah, it is.
So the situation for anyone that doesn't know, Randy Esdell. Okay, I think that was his name. He came back to UConn about four years ago. He was the head coach of UConn when they were somewhat relevant.
With Donald Brown.
Yeah, they had Donald Brown. They actually went to a Fiesta Bowl, lost terribly. But he made UConn somewhat relevant for a brief moment and then went to Maryland and sucked for 3 years. All right. He comes back to UConn to try to rebuild, never does anything. He leaves after the second game, after they get blown out against, I think, a D2 school or an FCS school. He steps down. He's out. He retires. So they've been going with I forgot the interim head coach's name, but they're running with interim head coach, running with that squad, right? This squad just got told like 2 weeks ago that they're done. They're done after this season. Like the AD came out and said, hey, after this date, your contract's terminated, you're fired. Because they're just like, hey, when we hire our new head coach, he's bringing in his own staff, understandable. But these guys are just playing with the knowledge that, well, I'm fucking done here in X amount of weeks, including Randy's son. Randy's son's on the staff. That must be a little awkward. I'm going to keep riding with UConn every week. I'm going to look at these UConn games because you can't help but to feel bad for them and want them to win. Like, they're just so bad. So I'm going to keep riding with them in some capacity. I'm going to call their games. Before Yale and UConn, I got to be honest. I fully acknowledge that Yale's going to win. But I'm going to ride. I'm going to pick UConn here. And you're calling that game as well. Who you got?
I'm going to take – I took UMass last week.
And they won.
And it worked out.
So you're going to take Yale?
They're smart up there.
Yeah, they are.
They might be able to win.
I mean, fair. Next up, we have 12th ranked Oklahoma State going up against 25th ranked Texas. Who you got?
Let's go Bijan Robinson. He's gonna get about 150 rushing. Okay. Let's go Texas.
I'm riding with Texas as well. You're calling on the Auburn and Arkansas game. I'm staying away from that one. Auburn is coming to Arkansas. Arkansas ranks number 17. Who you picking there?
I'm gonna take Arkansas because Sam Pittman might have to turn that jukebox back on. I love Brian Harsin though, the coach, but
oh yeah,
man, it's tough. They should have just stayed at Boise.
My next two picks that I'm calling is a couple randoms here: Rice and University of Texas San Antonio.
What a game!
I know, right? Rice is garbage.
San Antonio's pretty good though.
Yeah, they're 6-0 right now, and the quarterback looks pretty solid. I'm gonna ride with San Antonio. They're gonna win by 3 TDs. I'm calling it now.
Damn. Okay.
West Kentucky and Old Dominion. So originally, when we were trying to pick a terrible game, Tyler sent this to me, and I'm just like, "Whoa, hold on, bro! Look at the Western Kentucky quarterback." And Tyler's like, "Damn, I didn't even see it. Dude's already thrown like 21 TDs or something."
He's out there cooking it.
I know.
They ain't got no defense.
Bingo. The team stinks. I'm gonna ride with Western Kentucky on this one. I think ODU stinks more. And then you've got Fresno State and Wyoming. Who you calling there? You gonna keep riding them Cowboys? They let you down.
Hey, gotta ride them.
All right, gotta ride them.
Gotta ride them.
Gotta ride
Joshua Allen. Let's go.
Gotta ride the Cowboys, just like Brady's Cowboy Dick Rider.
They gave Josh a chance, so
yeah.
Let's go.
Next up, you have Pitton, Virginia Tech, which people need to talk about Pitt a little bit more, because if you don't know this, Pitt is the #1 team in the entire country for points average per game with almost 60 points average per game. And this is for obviously the FBS teams. I'm assuming you're riding with Pitt on this, right?
No.
Don't lie to me. You're not going VT.
Going VT?
No, you're not.
Hey, somebody got to shut them up.
Okay. I mean, your college record's going to keep going downhill there, bud.
I mean, I have a thing pulled up right now because I just want to address this. Let's look at Presbyterian.
Okay.
I know we've talked about them.
We have, yeah.
And holy shit. you start off with an 84 points.
Sure.
Then you go up with a 68-3 blowout win. And then
you get blown out.
And then you get reality checks left and right. You're talking 72-0 loss. Then you're talking 63-43 loss. And then you lose 38-30. And then now you got to play Davidson, who had Steph Curry.
Yep, shout out.
Yeah, so they probably gonna get their ass whooped. But on a weird note, their leading quarterback has 100. That really cannot be right. It says their leading quarterback has 184 yards passing. That's got to be some bullshit.
We talking about Wren?
No, we talking about Davidson.
Oh, we talking about David. Okay, gotcha.
There is no ESPN's tripping right now.
ESPN. All right, look, ESPN trips massively when it comes to anyone that's not FBS.
Yeah, because they got Ren Heffley with a 94-yard punt.
Yeah, exactly. So you are robbing VT though.
Yeah, I'm going VT. Okay. I just had to sidebar it.
Gotcha.
You know.
Next game that you're calling is actually it is a Division II game going on, but these are actually a couple of really good D2 schools. You got Harding and Henderson. Wait, is this D2 or D3?
D2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harding and Henderson State. One of them's I think 6-0. You said, and the other one's 5-1. Is that what you said?
Yeah, Henderson's 6-0.
Okay. Who you calling in this one?
Let's go Henderson.
Okay.
Because my brother-in-law, he played football at Henderson, and now he's a coach at Arkadelphia, which is where Henderson's located.
Yep.
And they're doing pretty decent. You know, they got a win last week. Hopefully get a win. They play Benton Harmony Grove, I think, this weekend, this Friday.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to go there. Yeah. So hopefully they can do a little bit better on defense than they did that Joe T game.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm gonna go Henderson. Make it 7-0.
Love to see it. All right, that brings us to our terrible football show, terrible college game of the week. Tyler, drum roll, please. You gotta get faster than that.
Trash.
You gotta get faster. There you go.
Trash.
It is Arizona at Colorado. So again, let me go ahead and say I do think it's the true terrible game is Yale at UConn. Yeah. But we've kind of been dogging UConn pretty bad these past two times picking it. So we looked at a few games.
Got to switch it up sometimes.
We got to switch it up. We looked at a few games. Tulsa and USF was one, but when it comes to those, at least those two teams are averaging like 25 points a game. Listen to this, all right? These two teams, Power 5 conference teams. Yeah. Colorado went from one Power 5 to another Power 5. Colorado is 1-4, 0-2 in conference play. Colorado is averaging 13.8 points a game. That is second to last in the entire country.
Who's last? That is, I got you stumped on that one.
Louisiana, I think.
That's a lie. Louisiana was ranked.
No,
Monroe.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say, you're saying Louisiana.
It's not. Yeah,
it's not Lafayette.
Yeah, it's not Lafayette. I think it was. I want to say it was Louisiana Monroe. I want to say that's who it was.
That would make sense.
But yeah, second to last in the entire nation, which is like what out of 130 teams, I think is what it is now. Since we've had some added over the past few years.
You should have named the teams beside them.
I should have, but hey, we're a terrible show.
Damn it.
We'll continue to grow as we're doing this week.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week. Yeah.
Probably not. But
no, I'll do it. We got it. In terms of
information.
Yeah, true. In terms of yards per game, they have 239.6 yards average. That's second to last. When it comes to passing yards, 100.4 passing yards a game. That's fourth to last. Rushing yards is 139.2 rushing yards average. Arizona is 0-5, 0-2 in conference play. That's 16.8 points average game. That's eighth to last in the country. And then the rest of them, they're not too bad. They're still at the bottom. Like they're still in like the bottom 40, bottom 30. But 363.2 yards average a game, 250 passing yards average, 112 rushing yards average a game. But Colorado is actually favored 74.9%. I guess it's because they've gotten one single win and it is at home. But I'm going to ride with Arizona on this one.
How the hell is Arizona averaging 17 points with them stats?
Right?
They must have had a lot of turnovers.
Yeah. I'm riding with Arizona, though. I'm going to go with Zona on this one.
Who did I pick?
I don't know. Who did you?
I picked, dang, who was that quarterback who used to play there? Khalil Tate. Tate.
Oh, that's a throwback.
Man, I feel like he played there about 20 years. But yeah, I'm gonna go Arizona, even though I like Laviska Shenault that used to play at Colorado. Let's go Arizona.
All right.
Hold up, did I pick all the same games you did? Let me look at it.
I mean, you pick Yale. I mean, and then you got a couple games that I obviously didn't call, so.
Yeah.
So, we got a chance to be different. You got to make a comeback at some point. You've
I'm
had back-to-back.
Hey, I'm broing it up.
You're bringing it back? Okay. All right, let's go over
Got to make it exciting.
Yeah, make the comeback exciting. I don't know about that, man. I'm going to bury you at some point. Let's go over to our NFL picks. This is for Week 6. So bye weeks, Atlanta, shout out to you, Jeremy. You don't have to feel any potential pain this week. New Orleans is on a bye. New York Jets, they don't have to feel any pain. Tough time to be a Jets fan, as always. It's always a tough time to be a Jets fan, except for your brief 2-year stint there.
With the Sanchez?
Yeah, with the Sanchez. And then San Fran is on a bye as well, which could be good because I think I did see the news that Trey Lance had an injury in practice or something like that. Nothing major.
Who's their backup?
I don't know who's actually behind
Is
Trey.
it
Beathard?
Damn, is he still there?
He might be. CJ Beathard? I think he's still there.
Damn. That's hey, it's a good thing to be a backup nowadays. You know?
I guess. All right, so for Thursday Night Football, we do have Tampa going to visit Philly. I'm riding with Tampa. Easy. For our noon games, I guess. So first up is Miami. Jacksonville is technically the home team, but this one is, of course, in London. Who are you going to ride with?
We'll go Miami. Fuck it, Miami.
I'm going to ride with Miami as well. At least that's what I'm going to hope for. But I could see Jacksonville finally getting the dub because Miami stinks. KC is going to Washington. I'm going to pick KC in this one. I think they're going to have a little bit of a tune-up game here.
For the sake of Buffalo, I'm going to say Kansas City.
Okay.
Makes that win look a little bit better.
Rams at the Giants.
I want to pick the Giants, but
you don't want them to burn you again?
They got too many damn
they do.
Too many damn injuries, man.
I'm riding with the Rams.
Yep.
Houston at Indy. This could be an interesting one.
Indy almost helped me.
Yeah, Windy. Windy.
Indy.
Indy, man, they were rolling last night, dude. They were rolling. They looked good.
Yeah, I looked at the score. It was like 25-9. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm the only one that picked them.
Yeah, you were.
And I woke up this morning and I was like, you got to be shitting me. I was like, naturally.
How do you think I felt? All right, story time. Not much of a story, but it's still a story nonetheless.
It's a sidebar.
Yeah, basically. So me and Brady, we were going head-to-head in fantasy this past week, and when I went to sleep last night, it said that I had a 99% chance I was going to win at that point because Mark Andrews was popping off. But then Marquise Brown, who Brady's got the final TD and pushed Brady over to win. I woke up and it's just like, you lost. I'm like, wait, what?
You know what sucks about that? If you look at Twitter, I told people to sit Mark Hollywood.
Oh, did you?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty positive. But then again, you said to sit Dawson Knox.
I did, yeah. I mean, I always have a miss, no matter what, all the time, every week.
I had a lot of misses.
Every week I have a miss. Anyway, yeah, Houston and Indy. Who you rolling with?
I'm rolling with Indy. Hey, I feel like I've picked them every single week. But Mr. Longneck's gonna do some good, hopefully.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll with Indy as well. Cincinnati at Detroit. I'm gonna roll with Cincy on this one.
Let's go Detroit, cause JoJo might be feeling it.
Green Bay at Chicago.
You know you want to pick Chicago.
Man, I can't pick the Bears right. Like I've messed up on the Bears pick like every week this year. Naturally, you want to assume that it's going to be the Packers. That's who you want to assume is going to win. But, man, I don't know.
It's tough because I feel like Nagy's just going to stay there regardless of what happens.
I hate that, dude. I'll ride with the Bears, I guess. That just means they're going to lose, though, so pick the Packers.
Okay. I'll erase Chicago.
So you can get an easy win.
I swear, dude, if Chicago wins, I'll be so fucking pissed.
All right, so this is going to be an electric game. We got the Chargers at Baltimore.
What you smelling about a 63-61 game?
It's gonna be electric.
Hey, watch it. It'll be like 17-13.
No, watch it be like 7-3.
3-2.
Yeah,
That'll really get them.
I'm around with the Chargers.
Let's switch it up. Let's go Baltimore.
Right.
Don't really want to, but you know.
Minnesota at Carolina.
Carolina.
Okay.
Eventually, Robbie's got to get some. I'm gonna say it. Hey, I'm gonna say it every single fucking week
Until it happens.
until it happens. Nah, did I send you the picture I had about Robbie? About why Sam's not passing.
Oh yeah. Where it's like it reminds him of the Jets.
Man,
How do you think Sam feels about Stephon being in the building now? You know, he's got his favorite receiver back
Yeah.
with Stephon Gilmore.
yeah.
I'm gonna ride with Minnesota on this one. For the afternoon games, we only got 3 this week. We have an electric afternoon game with Arizona and Cleveland. How are we feeling on this one?
Pretty obvious.
Arizona.
Arizona.
I mean, I've got to ride with them. I've got to until they show me otherwise. I have to because I mean, Kyler Murray was one of my MVP picks, and they're balling right now. So I got to keep riding with them.
Man.
Las Vegas at Denver. It's tough not to pick Denver here with all of the drama. They're about to have the interim head coach, you know, over in Vegas. I've got to go with Denver. I feel like you do too.
Yeah. Think about it though. We did talk about. Well, I guess it'd be like last episode technically, but we did talk about them falling off the map.
Yeah, we have.
But damn, I didn't think.
I didn't know it was gonna be this. Did we curse the Raiders? Sorry, Nate. Apologize, man.
Damn, that's tough.
Dallas at New England. I'm riding with the Cowboys.
Sadly.
Unfortunately. All right, Sunday Night Football, which I got to say, your Sunday Night Football record is not good.
Am I like 0-5?
No, you've only gotten 1 right.
So 1-4.
Yeah, I'm 4-1.
Which one did I get right?
That's a good question.
Buffalo?
It was probably Buffalo, yeah. Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that I started out 0-4?
Oh, I think that's what it was, yeah.
Did you pick Buffalo last week? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I did. Yeah, I did.
Who did you lose?
I'd have to look back at the games.
Well,
I don't remember.
seeing as my track record proves, I'm going to get this one right. And I'm going with both of them have terrible quarterbacks right now. So I'm gonna say Pittsburgh just because.
I lied to you. It wasn't Sunday night. It was Monday night that you're bad at.
Well, guess who plays Monday night?
So for your record, you are 4-1 on Thursday Night Football, 29-16 at noon, 11-9 at afternoon, 2-3 at Sunday Night Football, and 1-4.
Holy! It's probably because I got to work the next morning, so I don't really.
Yeah. I am 3-2 at Thursday night, 27-18 at noon, 13-7 at afternoon, 4-1 Sunday night, and 3-2 at Monday night.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit. You out there getting some dubs.
Trying to bring it back. We had a rough start in college and pros, but we're bringing it back. Seattle at Pittsburgh. Man, I don't know if I can invest in Geno Smith in this game. First time coming out. Really, I understand Thursday Night Football. It's like you're the only game of the day, only game of the night, but that's not the big lights. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Coming out to the big lights of Sunday Night Football, I don't know if I can put it in Geno's hands to say they're going to get the win because naturally I'd want to pick Seattle. I think I'm going to ride with Pittsburgh on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Pittsburgh too. Maybe Alex Collins do some stuff though.
Maybe. And then Monday night is Buffalo and Tennessee. I'm going Buffalo. Kind of tough not to go Buffalo.
Yeah, it's at Tennessee, ain't it? Yeah,
it
at
is.
Tennessee. Easy.
Yeah. Man, our games are very similar this week, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. We're trying to get the dubs. I mean, we're trying to.
I'm 3 games away from you.
Yeah, I mean, you're right there with me.
And we have how many games do we got apart? We have Carolina. We got Green Bay. Holy shit, that's all we got.
Okay, the Monday night football game that I got wrong
why the fuck did I put Philly? That's my pick.
I got Tampa for me, so you're good. The Monday night game I got wrong is I picked Vegas over the Chargers. Me and you both did. We both got it wrong.
What? Oh, it's because
they were hot. It was week 4, so we were riding them.
We was
hot.
thinking it was gonna be about 6, because Chicago was supposed to be an easy win.
Yeah.
Turned out to be the opposite.
And then I said you were. What did I say you were at Sunday night? 4-1 or 1-4?
2-3.
2-3. Okay. I know San Fran is one you got wrong.
Naturally.
Yeah, San Fran and Green Bay, that game.
Did I pick Philly or did I pick Tampa?
Oh, it was Thursday night is where you're 4-1. What was your one wrong? Oh, it was both of us. We picked the Giants against Washington. I forgot about that game.
What's the Giants' record?
I mean, they've only won one, remember? They got their first win in overtime last week against the Saints. And then they lost.
That was 2 weeks ago, dog.
Well, I think there's only still one game, so it's not much has changed. It's the Giants, man. What do you expect out of the Giants?
They should have beat Dallas, but you know.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Gotta go hunting for some legs.
All right, so our terrible fantasy league standings coming in at first is Nate 5-0. Brady is 3-2. Dave is 3-2 at third. Tony is 3-2 in fourth. Tyler, you're 3-2 in fifth. J Max 2-3 in sixth. I'm 1-4 in seventh, and Jimmy is 1-4 in eighth.
Man, I fell off the map.
I did too.
I got all the way up to.
I was never on the map to begin with, but I'll get back on there. I'll get back on there. Any quick fantasy thoughts to the listeners? Starts, sets, trades, drops, ads. Just give up. I mean, I'd say just give up.
Yeah, give up's usually my go-to. What the hell? Hey, these guys are breaking news. The Bucks are removing Jon Gruden from their Hall of Fame.
Oh, shit. Are they?
Ring of Honor.
Oh, are they?
Ian Rappaport just now, which, I mean.
That's some news right there. Hey, when you can spot a scumbag, you can spot a scumbag.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
Okay, let's get back to serious talk.
Is anything about this show serious?
Start fucking Dawson Knox. Somebody. But, God dang, I ain't got no running backs, man. How did that happen? Oh, I ain't never had running backs.
Former starting cornerback Trey Flowers got cut by the Seahawks.
Traquan Flowers.
Just, I don't know. Trey Flowers is all it says here from Ian Rappaport.
Oh, damn. I was going to say Trey Flowers is from Arkansas, plays in Detroit.
That's
defensive end.
No, it is Flowers, isn't it? Yeah, Trey Flowers. Yeah.
So that's probably like Traquan or something. I don't know why I'm thinking Traquan. I might be. I don't fucking know. I don't know defense like that. Let's go. Jalen Waddle's probably going to do some. Why am I keep getting notifications?
The Dolphins officially designated quarterback Tua to return from practice from IR.
Which, I mean, Jacoby is there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle might be a. If you're really in desperate need, Jalen Waddle start him. But I wouldn't. I mean, my roster looking pretty decent. I mean, I got Diggs and Allen, you know. I ain't really much. I got Woods who actually decided he wanted to play football.
Robert, yeah.
Yeah. And then Boyd decided he wanted to go back to not playing football.
I got to say, and it's an obvious start, so I'm not going to say start him, but if you've got him on your team, you got to feel pretty good about having Kyler coming in this week because it's just beyond clear that the Cleveland defense cannot fucking stop people. When you put up the amount of points that you've put up on offense, but then someone doubles back and follows up with you with the same amount of points 2 weeks in a row, I mean, your defense stinks flat out. And you know what's sad is they've got some good defensive pieces. Myles Garrett, of course, Clowney. Yeah. I mean, he's all right. But Denzel Ward is honestly a really good corner. You got to feel good about having Kyler. Which also, speaking of good corners, since last episode was lost in time to the nether, we didn't get to really talk about how much Trayvon's just popping off.
Man,
even he got another pick this past weekend too.
Yep,
over Mike Glennon.
That's what 6, 7?
Yeah, he's got 6. He's got 6 in 5 games.
Holy shit!
He's on the pace for 10.
Man,
over or under? You taking him getting 10 picks?
He gonna get 10 picks.
Yeah, he's getting 10. I'm calling it.
Gotta get
defensive
10.
Player of the year.
Yeah.
Defensive rookie as well.
You know who you can thank for that? Mr. Nicholas Saban.
Yeah.
Moved him from wide receiver to corner.
That's true.
Man.
I mean, I don't have any fantasy thoughts off the top of my head. My fantasy thoughts are trash anyway, but I'll definitely post them at Twitter at TerribleFB Show. You can go follow us at Twitter and get our fantasy thoughts every Sunday morning.
Yeah, every Sunday.
Never
fails.
What happens every Sunday is that I'll wake up and I'll be up for about 15 seconds, grab my phone. It's like, well, got to put up fantasy thoughts. And that's exactly how I put up my thoughts. I take 0 time to actually think about it. Just go look at games and players, and I'm like, let's do this one. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll do this one. This could be a spicy take. That's all I'm looking for is spicy takes.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I do? I go to my team first, And I'm like, Dawson Knox, definitely start him. Number 1, Dawson, start him.
Okay.
Start him. Now watch, I'm going to tell everybody start him. They're going to start him. He's going to get like 1 point. 1 target. One negative 1 yard. And I don't know.
I can't wait to see your gift selection for that after that happens.
Man.
Rough life.
Rough life.
It is rough life when you're
Mr. Butterfingers is what they used to call him in Buffalo.
Oh, Dawson.
Yep. Butterfingers. He couldn't catch nothing.
Hey, he's improving, man. Him and Josh, they got that connection. They got them end zone celebrations, like the prom one.
You know what he has? He has them Jerry Rice gloves. Mr. Stickum.
There you go.
Damn, that's tough.
Well, any last thoughts before we get here, Tyler, on anything?
I mean, I really ain't no thoughts I can't really think of.
Why do I bring you here?
You like to see me?
Whoa. Let's not go that far.
Actually.
Do I need to cut the
Jeremy?
music?
No.
Okay.
Jeremy, I know you're listening. And I know you took a shot at me on Facebook with the Randy Rosarena still, because you said the same thing I said sarcastically, and that was easy, super easy. And last night, Monday night, I went to bed a little sad because Tampa Bay decided to blow a 1-0 lead to get to a 3-1 loss in the ALCS, DS. Can't really, man, you don't like baseball, so you know.
Dude, I'm on another planet right now listening to that.
Yeah, so that sucks. So anybody but the trash throws, pretty much. So maybe I'll get your thoughts on hockey there, Alex.
Okay.
Who you like in hockey?
You know my team.
Who's your team? Seattle.
Kings.
Oh shit.
The Kings.
Why was I thinking the Kraken?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm going to support the Kraken. Got to support them. But yeah,
Somebody.
you know it's the Kings.
Somebody. Yeah.
Mine's
the Sharks.
Do you want me to tell the story?
Tell the story.
All
Fuck
right,
it.
cut the music.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So
make it a little bit longer, you know.
Yeah. All right. So I know very little about hockey. Okay. Let me go ahead and get that clear and up front. But the Kings are my team, and they're my team for one reason.
Jonathan Quick.
I do like Jonathan Quick, and he's
nice.
He is part of the reason. But all right. So many moons ago, when I was just a wee high schooler,
Blue moon or red moon?
I think it was red.
Red.
One of our friends, he is a big hockey guy. Okay, huge hockey guy. In terms of the East, he's a Carolina fan. Rough life.
Guy.
Yeah, short guy, rough life over there. But in terms of the West, he likes Vancouver. So coming into this Stanley Cup playoffs, Vancouver was like the number one team over in the West. They're like one of the top. I think they were the number one team in the league. Whatever.
Yeah.
Getting into the playoffs, Kings are like the bottom seed. I think it's 8 teams that make it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they were the 8th seed. Their record was like barely 500, like just kind of meh. So naturally, they're playing Vancouver. And the year before, I fucked with them going into the Stanley Cup, or I was like, hey, who's in the Stanley Cup? I think it was Boston and someone. I don't remember who. It may have been Vancouver. But I randomly predicted game 1. Oh, Boston's gonna win, and they did. So fast forward to the next season, at the start of the playoffs, I'm just like, who's all in it? Whatever he's telling me. And I was like, who do you think's going to win? He's like, I think it's going to be, Vancouver. He's like, my squad, Vancouver, they've been the number one team in the league, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, who are they playing? And he said the Kings, the LA Kings. And I'm like, nah, the Kings are going to beat them. And he's just like, nah, dude, the Kings are garbage, whatever, blah, blah. And then what happens? Kings go on and they beat the Canucks. And then what happens from there? I fucked with them for weeks. And I kept on saying, it's like, yo, the Kings beat the best. Now they just got to beat the rest. And what happens? They go on to win the fucking Stanley Cup.
Naturally.
So because the Kings were there for me when I needed them for a meme, for the rest of my life, I will call myself a Kings fan.
That was about what, 2010, 2011?
That was...
I feel like I was in accounting class whenever I looked at the Kings.
That was 2011.
2011.
Yeah, that was 2011.
Start junior year, senior year, somewhere around there.
No,
Junior year, 11th grade. Yeah.
No, then this was 2012.
2012.
Because 2011, junior year is whenever I
Boston.
I called Boston. So this was senior year of high school. I just randomly called the Kings just to fuck with my friend because he thought Vancouver was going to win it, and they go on to win the Stanley Cup. So because of that, no matter what happens, I will remain a Kings fan until I die. But yeah, they were there for me when I needed it.
See, my fandom has it took like some weird ass turns, because I came from the Flames, Calgary, then I went to the Devils back in like junior high, There was a guy that was a Devils fan. And then I went to the Kings. And then I came back home and went to San Jose Sharks. And I've been with the Sharks ever since. I mean, I like Buffalo too, because, you know, I love our owners. Like, they own them too, so. Shit. And then Tampa, man, they're out there cooking. But damn, the Rays cannot do anything to save Tampa. Tampa Bay, they got the Bucks won. The Lightning's won 2 of the last 2.
Well, didn't the Rays win one just a couple years ago?
No, we have never won one. We went to one last year against the Dodgers.
Oh, okay.
Fuck you, Brady. Every time I hear Dodgers, fuck you, Brady. So yeah,
They'll figure it out.
it is what it is.
They'll figure it out.
My team's decent, just can't fucking win anything.
I mean, look at the Bills, 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Makeup. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck you, Brady. 2 of them were to Dallas.
That's true.
Man.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode 5, take 2 of A Terrible Football Show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, understandable. This show kind of stinks.
Maybe we'll talk about some soccer or something next week. Tennis,
I mean,
golf,
that is football, technically.
cricket. Hey, cricket's where it's at, man.
You're going too far. You're going too far.
You ain't got ESPN Plus, do you?
Not yet, no.
Okay, well, there's a lot of fucking cricket on there.
I would bet.
I guarantee you, I'll put my phone. There's gonna be a cricket match playing. It might be day 4 or 5.
All right, well, hopefully all of your teams do absolutely phenomenal this weekend, unless you're the Green Bay Packers or the Florida State Seminoles. Have a good one. Enjoy all the games.
Check the other podcast out.
Yeah, check out Lighthearted Gamers, Animan Plus, talking about movies and stuff. Talking about movies and stuff did come out, so go check that out.
It did?
Yeah, first episode's out.
Oh, shit. I got to check that out.
Yeah, where we talked about Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah, I listened to Animan today.
Did you? I bet you had no fucking clue what was going on.
Goddamn, boy. It was like an hour and a half, and I'm sitting there. I'm driving. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. And then he's like, talking about movies and stuff. Should be out. But I'm like, when the fuck did you post this?
Last Friday.
Saturday. You had 2 of them. You had one that was like 30 minutes long, and that really fucked me up.
Oh, the Animan?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, one's the full episode, one's Animan Plus News. Two different things.
I didn't know what the fuck that was.
Oh, my God. All
I
right.
was like, man, why you got a 30-minute thing?
All right, well.
It happens.
Until next time, guys, have a good one.
Bye.